What is this? Wait, what is this? Concord is no longer available on the Steam store? My, what could have happened? What could have possibly happened since I started talking about this back in June? Back in June, about a game that had been in development for 8 years and was touted by the likes of IGN and Polygon and Kotaku about how progressive this game was and how this absolute fantastic game was the second coming of games Jesus. My, what could have happened that it's no longer on Steam? What could have possibly happened? Oh, that's right. In the last 11 days, the most players that ever had was less than 700, and a peak of 114 players in the last 20 hours. Well, it would appear that Sony is like, yeah, we're not losing any more money on this game. We're pulling it from every store. Screw you guys. And not only are we pulling it from every store, we're going to give full refunds to everybody who bought the game. That means Firewalk Studios just missed out on their multi-year contract, their multi-million-dollar contract on a game that cost over $100 million to make, and they're not going to get a single penny out of this. They have absolutely ruined any positive relations they had with any of these major companies to publish their game. Nobody, the woke touch of death has come. Everything woke turns to shit. Go woke or go broke. That's right. Concord is being pulled off these shelves. Sony is no longer supporting this. They are offering full refunds. And I assume that the dev team that was in charge of this game is absolutely seething at how terrible, how much everybody absolutely hates their game. So here we are. PlayStation Hero Shooter Concord will be taken offline on September 6, 2024, and all players will receive a full refund, Sony announced today, September 3rd. Less than 2 weeks after the game's launch, Sony has made so little money off of this. Well, they haven't made any money off this technically, but so little money has been spent on buying this game after Sony spent 8 years and hundreds of millions of dollars to produce this game and backed it with a live service guarantee, almost guaranteeing that these woke morons at Firewalk Studios would get a paycheck for the next couple years. It took less than 2 weeks for Sony to be like, nah, fam, you ruined everything. You're done. So announced on the PlayStation blog, director Ryan Ellis said, while many qualities of the experience resonate with players, what players? What players? There's 114 of them. You don't need to put this out on PlayStation blog. This literally could have been a DM. We also recognize the other aspects of the game, and our initial launch didn't land the way we'd intended. Yeah, no shit. Go woke, go broke. Nobody wants this. Quite literally, nobody wanted this. This game was held up and propped up in front of the world, in front of every single games journalist. It was put on commercials. There were ads for it, and you couldn't muster 700 people. But they go on, don't worry. Concord will therefore be taken offline so Sony and developer Firewalk Studios can explore options, including those that will better reach our players. Fire the entire studio, hire another one, and tell them not to include any DEI. Then again, this is just an Overwatch knockoff, so it's probably not going to do well already. The game will be removed from sale immediately, and anyone who purchased the game on the PlayStation Store or PlayStation Direct will be refunded to their original payments. Those who purchased on Steam and the Epic Game Store will be refunded in the coming days. And here we go with their the IGN code. Its launch was nothing short of disastrous, with analysts telling IGN it has likely sold as few as 25,000 units. I guarantee it's less than that. Based on the Steam numbers, I guarantee it is less than 25,000. debuted to a tragic 697 pink concurrent players on Steam, and a number that made the 12,786 players of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which was dubbed a disappointment by Warner Brothers and caused a $200 million hit to their revenue. This comes after 8 years of development and presumably hundreds of millions of dollars spent by Sony, a company already said to be shifting gears away from the live service heavy future. Sony president Hiroki Totoki. Some days reading other countries' names are hard. Committed to launching just 6 of the 12 live service games in development, and one based on The Last of Us has already been canceled. So, I go on and I talk about how you got to be extremely loud and boisterous and absolutely roast these people as much as possible because they have no shame. They don't care what they're doing. But the companies that are funding them, the investors that notice things like when Ubisoft stock goes from $80 to under 20 and they start losing money, asking, why are you losing money? Companies tend to have to answer for that, or they go absolutely bankrupt and lose all their money. And Sony's not on the American hype train of getting those BlackRock bucks. Now they're definitely trying to, but they still have obligations in other countries, and they are well aware that the U.S. isn't their cash cow anymore. That nobody wants these woke games. That they are losing hundreds of millions of dollars, and it is all because they decided to go with the woke DEI narrative and start pushing out games. Everybody said they're not going to buy this as trash. We don't want woke nonsense. And when it comes out and nobody buys it, and everybody laughs at its failing, which you absolutely should. Mock it into oblivion. Mock everything about these woke games failing. Some of these companies tend to take the hint. And it's not just, the right wing. It's the normies out there who just want to play games, who can't play games without being served up an entire multi-hour struggle session in their video games. Except they realize they can just turn it off. They can just push the button and walk away. They can go refund it. But this is the game that absolutely deserved to be mocked on every front, every single front. And it's not the only one that deserves to be mocked. But that's it for this video, guys. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out. Until the next one, guys, be easy like sleazy.